here I am, where I am, doing it. Can't be bothered to face the camera. It's an inspirational view. I can see everywhere I've walked today. I went all along that bit, which you probably can't see, but I can. Actually, I'm looking at this whole city. I went everywhere. I did this city. Oh, I went there. That was great, that bit. Got flies. I could look at you for a bit. You know what? F you. It's just for me. This is my trip. I'm going to look at the view. On my way to the train station today, speaking of which, should probably check that I'm not running late for the next one. I actually went past what I think was one of my old hostels. I think I walked off camera there. Fourth trip. Could be anywhere. But what I need to do is stay in a hostel. I'm getting over several things in this trip. And one of them, shut up motorbike, is I need to stop hating literally everyone. I need to be able to stay in a hostel and go, look at these people. I can be friends. We can all be friends. Let's hang out and have a good time. I am having a good time, but by myself, which is fine, actually. But expensive. I'll get there. But that is the next thing on the list. I improvised these bits, and I clearly thought that was very funny. Let's try it again. What did I say? That is... Having spent the past month escaping the chilly hardships of narrowboating in the winter by going to places that were equally cold, this time around I decided I fancied some vitamin D. And with the prospect of sitting at home eating egg yolks and oily fish all day a little unnerving, I decided to get my vitamin D the old-fashioned way, with sunshine. Remember that? The big yellow ball in the sky that appeared for a couple of hours in June before retiring for the year? So, I set off to... Spain. I started by visiting my favourite contemporary art museum, the Reina Sofia. It didn't quite hit in the same way this time around, so it's a good thing that I had a day trip to Toledo to look forward to the next day. You've seen this bit, so let's jump ahead to the next day. Having sufficiently explored central Spain, or at least two of its cities, I then accidentally arrived in Seville on Marathon Day. The Marathon Day part was the accident. Seville was my intended destination. This was a 3 out of 10 cock-up, as opposed to a solid 8 or 9. Navigating an unfamiliar city with 12,000 people running through it is not easy. Nevertheless, I had a lovely time grooving around, and was pretty impressed to learn that Spain can grow oranges in February. This rather shits all over my grapevine, which can't even grow grapes in June. From Seville, I then set off to Cordoba, famous for its big bridge. For those who feel that this video hasn't climaxed yet, you'd be right, there's an even better bridge coming up, so hold on tight. Beneath the bridge, I found a little isle to explore, which was very pleasant, particularly because no one else was there, except these 2 cats, but they provided adequate company, unlike the intolerable company that humans provide. I then visited some pretty gardens, and a Frenchman got excited that our cameras were the same brand. He pointed and exclaimed, "Lumiere!" I call it Lumix because I'm British and uncultured. And having recently discovered both my love of hiking and the sun, I decided to marry the two and hike in the sun. You can see that I made the smart decision to wear a thick layer of all black so that I could thoroughly roast my nipples off. We're going ultra cash with this one. Picture the scene. You're in Cordoba. You've hiked 10 kilometers uphill with dying phone battery and a pretty sketchy Google Maps route to get to a sort of monastery place, only to find out that it's closed. Lunes y martes. And guess what day it is today? Lunes. But the view's still pretty, and I had a nice hike, I had a nice time getting up here. Let's just adjust this. I'd be lying if I said I had very much to say. I don't. I just thought I'd let you know that I did this long walk, not for nothing, because I had a good time. I'm only showing you this spot for reference, because I just filmed that bit, and I'm now deciding, would this have been a better backdrop? Can you hear the birds on the microphone? fucking stunning, that. In true British fashion, I then took myself to Malaga. I enjoyed a pretty sunset in the company of a man I by chance sat next to on the train earlier. 2 unlikely encounters in one day was highly improbable. Could the universe have been pushing us together? I never saw him again, so probably not. In the vicinity of Malaga lies a power station, which plays host to an epic cliff edge walk known as Caminito del Rey, meaning King's Little Walk, but they should probably consider renaming it Walk of the 10,000 Tourists Wearing Stupid Hats. Tourists aside, the views were incredible, and the unrealised temptation to give one of my walking buddies a gentle push resulted in a highly enjoyable morning of edging on ecstasy. As if big rocks weren't enough of a cause to whip out the Instagram app, check out this spooky bridge. As exciting as this bridge was, it is not the climactic bridge that I previously advertised. You've got several minutes of anticipation to ride through first. The 8-kilometre winding walk came to an uncharacteristically gentle close. Throughout the excursion, I'd say that I wasn't scared of dying as such, more of perishing in the company of dozens of holidaymakers whilst wearing a stupid hat. I then removed the hat and took the bus to Antequera. Nothing makes you feel like a brooding Hollywood film star like observing a sunset while sporting denim on denim, something I'd only ever have the confidence to do abroad, with zero chance of being seen by literally anyone I know. The next day, I came to my senses and put on just the one denim item, and then proceeded to my next destination, round. I don't think that translated well. The Spanish call it ronda, which for them means round, which is just silly because the place barely had an S2 topology. Fake news. Ronda plays host to a massive canyon. Once you've stared at this from enough angles, you'll want to go inside it. I'm not sure if this is something I was actually allowed to do or not, but I had a nice time anyway. And unlike on Caminito del Rey, I could have made my peace with dying here. Despite only being a teeny tiny town, Ronda is surrounded by stunning countryside, which I thoroughly enjoyed exploring. With the landscape back home being comprised of naked twigs and muddy fields at the time, it was a pleasure to stroll in the company of green grass and wildflowers for a change.
Come away with me in the night. Come away with me and I will write you a song. Come away with me on a bus. Come away where they can't tempt us with their lies. And I want to wake up with the rain falling on a tin roof while I'm safe there in your arms. So all I ask is for you to come away with me in the night. Come away with me.
Please don't come this way. It's me and a big bridge. Yes, they're f***ing off. It's quite a famous bridge, this one. You're seeing that. I'm seeing a nice sunset, and down there, a woman in her wedding dress. Cut to a shot of that. I'm in Ronda, which you'd know if you knew your bridges, which I bet you don't. I really thought the only thing to do in Ronda would just be going to this big bridge. And I was right. It is the only thing to do in Rwanda. You can explore the countryside surrounding it, which is, to be fair, stunning. So I spent 6 hours today just wandering around aimlessly, enjoying pretty wildflowers. I must not step backwards right now. I'm just going to take a little video of the sheer death drop for you, so you can see what this looks like. Definitely going to be staying a little bit further forward. So I'm nearly at the end of my time in Spain. Tomorrow I'm off to Gibraltar, because Gibraltar is famously English. Just a big rock that we own at the bottom of Spain. Could it be as good as this one? Dunno. It's a nice rock. A rock which is not going to claim my life today. It's getting windy. I'm going to slowly walk back and enjoy the sunset and get away from the edge. Peace out, mother flippers.
I met a wise man on my travels. He took videos of other people. Not to be creepy, maybe it was a bit creepy, but they're nice to look at. People, oddly enough. The world feels very full of hate right now. People are angry at each other because we dedicate the majority of our thought to dwelling on our differences rather than entertaining the things that unite us. There is an activity I've discovered that I find comforting. Observing people. In those moments, without agenda, not actively making each day count or reminding each other that they're valued, just existing, exploring the world without a plan. We weren't put on this world to hate each other, we're all just here to have being. And it's the quiet ones, the ones who know how to walk this world without treading on others' toes. Those are the ones I love, the people I look at when I need reminding of what it is to be a part of humanity. We're a species that just wants to exist, so why make it a challenge to coexist? It took until months after these trips to remember why I like travelling. I want to fill my brain up, so that I have a catalogue of moments like this, ready for when I need them. I don't want to do and see the same things each day. I want to have memories I can turn to for every question my brain may ponder. Thank you, Spain, for teaching me this.